1,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
Listen to the man who tells you exactly how he sees it. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris every weekday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Psst, we bought that action. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
Did you ever think that you would be in this position right now where your daughter would have some way lose her life?
I didn't want to believe it. All the times I called, sometimes the phone would ring and ring and ring for days. I didn't want to know that she had successfully committed suicide.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. Like, they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Yam, pam, jam.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, wow.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering, awesome. Where's Tory? Like,
tell Tony, all aboard. It's okay to jump on the love train.
I'm not jumping on the love train.
We might got a couple seats left. left.
Listen, he ain't going to be, Jordan Love will not be the starter in 5 years.
Trash. That's a trash.
That's just my take.
Now you're trying to string it out.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Well, I'll need some apologies from the staff of 101.7.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute. I think the line's messing up. Hey, Eddie. Oh, I guess something happened with Eddie.
Hush up, boy.
And they have an agenda. And the agenda is a satanic one. I don't know why people don't talk about it. You can't talk.
Oh, Yo. They just empty.
I want to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cups. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from American Family Insurance Studio at The Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at The Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And none but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front line. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How you doing, DJ Brother Z?
It's Taco Tuesday.
And how y'all doing out there in Radio Land? Truth Nation. Thank you for joining me this July 8th, 2025. We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Now, I'm gonna get right into this show. I gotta get right into it because for a long time, I've been waiting on this Epstein list. We've been talking about it. Who's on the list? Why don't we have it? Ghislaine Maxwell went to trial. What's in her little black book? Well, I just saw this yesterday, that the Florida Attorney General, Pam Bundy, they're saying that there's no list, DJ Brother Z. They saying it ain't no list. I don't know about this. I don't know. They're saying there's no client list. And that Epstein died by suicide. This is what is coming out of the Trump administration. And the existence of this list has been talked about for years now. But I'm gonna tell you, my eyebrow going up, DJ Brother Z. I got an eyebrow raised because it was a couple years ago. They was like, we got the list. We gonna let it out. It was all this. We was gonna let the list out. And now you hear that it ain't no list, DJ Brother Z. I don't know what this is. I don't believe it. This is my personal opinion. I don't believe it. It's something. They have flight records. I don't know if I believe this, DJ Brother Z. Truth Nation, I'm going to tell you this right now. This is why, I'm not so blinded by the politics or the politricks that I can't have common sense. See, some of y'all just running with it, with the narratives. But when you got common sense, some going to be like, hold up. So Ghislaine Maxwell had a whole trial. And in that trial, they said it was like a little black book or something where she, Then for years, it was always hinting that, okay, so who's on the client list? Trump. Who on the client list? Is it Donald Trump, Elon Musk? Trump on the list. Bill Gates on the list. Bill Clinton on the list. You know, rumors of allegedly Beyonce and Jay-Z, they on the list. So we've been waiting this whole time only to hear that it ain't no so-called client list. This is trash. And it's I believe that they got y'all divided, like, oh, it's the Republicans on the list, or then the Republicans say, oh, it's the Democrats on the list. I believe a lot of people was on this list no matter what their political dealings was. I believe that when you messing with little kids, ain't no political involvement in it. Or when it's crime doesn't have a structure. It just wants to get what it wants. It just wants to get what it's after by any means necessary. So we as people, we get caught up in the politics. But I always say politics is WWE. I always say that. But this right here, this client list that they say don't exist, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Pam Bundy, I don't know what they doing up with the Trump administration. When she got in the office, they said they was going to let it out. We was going to find out what was on it. I heard that people was allegedly making threats that if something come out to expose who really on the list, that a lot of people, families was getting threatened. And some people that's way up higher that you don't even know their names on the list. Some people, I'm talking about, it's people that they behind the scenes on the list. It gotta be. The real shot callers, see, y'all don't understand. The people in the front, that's just a formality. That's the formality. Y'all get caught up on the people in the front. But y'all can't name 10 people behind the scenes. That's writing the checks. That's cutting the check. You don't know who cutting the check. And they all over the world. These people are worldwide. Epstein was worldwide. He had his own island. Epstein was dealing with kings and queens and different diplomats and higher-ups from all over the world. And now they saying it ain't a list. Well, we got video of this announcement of what's going on with the list if y'all are watching as we broadcast live. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm sorry, chat. I had to come in with this one because I came into the studio with my eyebrow looking like The Rock. I came into the studio with The Rock eyebrow. But we got video if you watch as we broadcast live. Let's listen.
We had heard about that, and it contradicts claims from Attorney General Pam Bondi, who months ago said such a document was, quote, sitting on my desk. The two-page memo from the Justice Department and FBI also confirmed Epstein's death was a suicide, and no further charges are expected to be filed in the case. It happened in jail. The conclusion is the opposite of what Pam Bondi had promoted before his death. Epstein was accused of a range of offenses, mostly related to sex trafficking and the exploitation of underage girls. Conspiracy theories mocked the government report. Alex Jones wrote, next, the DOJ will say Jeffrey Epstein never even existed.
Yeah, a lot of the Trump MAGA base not happy about that report. The feud between President Trump and the world's richest man is heating up again. This after Elon Musk bashed the president.
Here we go. It's a lot of some of everybody happy that list ain't came out. I mean, you think that, okay, it's one side of dealings on that list. You think it ain't? It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. It's a lot of people that's really pulling the strings behind the scenes, names that you don't even know. I was trying to tell somebody, I said, we get caught up on the front man. And the front man is to do his job. The front man is a distraction. The front man is the one that is going to take your attention. You ever seen a decoy? You ever seen a decoy like where somebody may be in the woods and they buy a tree and somebody with a gun probably looking for them, and then they take a rock and they throw the rock all the way down there and they hear the noise and then they run over there where they threw the rock? That's the decoy. Like the front person, the front man is the decoy. You never see who's pulling the strings, okay? Because you're too busy looking at the front man. And right now, what I'm seeing is that they're protecting those people that's behind the scenes. You know, y'all may look at Donald Trump or Bill Clinton or Bill Gates and all these people that, you know, that we can name that, or, you know, Jay-Z or whatever they was talking about with this list. But trust me, it's some heavy hitters maybe on this list. I'm talking about the cut the check folks. Okay? Y'all quick to make everything political. That's why you lose every day. That's why I tell people, I go do it myself, so I don't have to worry about if it's politics or not. I'm going to go do it. I built a whole lifestyle of getting out and doing it myself. So I don't have that disillusion. I understand what it is. I understand the game that's being played. But a lot of y'all in a game that y'all don't understand, and y'all just being puppeteered and moved around through agendas and social engineering. Y'all don't even know y'all even being pawns in the process. But I'm going to tell you, it's deep. It's deeper than just if Donald Trump didn't do it or not, because the Biden administration didn't do it either. Okay? So who on this list? Who really on this list? DJ Brother Z. All the shows we did talking about we waiting on this list, that it was going to come out. Pam Bundy even said that she got it on her desk. She got the list. Well, okay, well, what you have on your desk then if it wasn't no client list? See, okay. Hey. We got to go back and erase all the shows we put. It was a list. They said it was a list. Now that and they said that first it was a theory that Epstein, that whole death in jail thing was a hoax. But now they clarifying the Trump administration, Pam Bundy saying that he actually died. They said FBI concluded he died by suicide on August 10th, 2019. I'm finna run the break. My blood pressure might go up. I don't want my blood pressure to go up today. I just had an amazing weekend, and we got the Walk Against Violence coming up. I need to let my blood pressure come down a little bit reading this information right now. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe, bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 101.7 The Truth. Hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself. I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie Ricks. You all know I love supporting a local team. That's why I'm excited to tell you about UW Credit Union. They've been serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. And when I was in school, they helped me learn how to plan for my future and make my money grow. Even now, they're still always there for me when I have questions, and they'll be there for you too. So stop by any of their 13 Milwaukee area branches or visit uwcu.org to become a UW Credit Union member today, like me. Federally insured by NCUA.
Truth Nation, you already know I got to put you on the latest hookup at Nick Avani's, and this one is big. All month long during July, Nick Avani's is running their buy one, get one for a penny sale. That's right. Grab one item and get another one for just 1 cent. We're talking top-tier fashion like suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and more that will have you stepping out looking sharp and turning heads. Some exclusions may apply, but the deal is real and only happening for the month of July. So don't wait and pull up to Nick Avani's on the 2nd floor of Mayfair Mall and level up your wardrobe while this deal lasts.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 10th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Northcott Neighborhood House, located at 2460 North 6th Street, and at Garden Homes Park, located at 2600 West Atkinson Avenue. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members Andrea Pratt and Malele A. Coggs. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Maximus, and Amplifier.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Look, please don't bring no scare business to me. I fear no man, no hand holding banana clips, a chimpanzee to rip at me. This ain't cheap, this ain't free. I ain't no Jamie. I beat up beats, I been up beat. You been on me, you bet on me. Who better than me? You better believe it never could be. I'm ready to eat. They better get it ready for me. I'm killing the scene. They gotta get a medical team. The gun a machine. The tongue is a gun. They come with a bean. They come in the red. They come in the green. And somebody scared cause nobody seen it. Get him a bed and get him a king and get him a shed and give it a swing. I'm thinking of deadly things. Red drink, red rum, 15187. Look a lie, they been living a lie. I never believe this song instead of comply. Last I seen
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brother Z on the ones and twos. I want to head over to South Philly, South Philadelphia, where there was a mass shooting going on and 8 people injured in a mass shooting at a South Philly nightclub. This is what police is saying. And every time I look online or I see things that's going viral about people are just doing wild things in nightclub spaces, in public spaces. And, you know, we talked about some of the ideas of why this is happening and what we can do about it. Even got to some root causes of why this is happening. But at the end of the day, we just want to make it home safe, DJ Brother Z. We just want to make it home safe. And whether it's some racist person that hate the color of your skin, or whether it's a child that feels like he want to go and shoot up the school, or a young person feel like they want to shoot up the school, or whether it's 2 people that got beef and they get into it and they get to shooting and then innocent lives get lost. Every other day on social media, I see this just outburst of people just at war. Like they really hate, you know, like they got to do it right there. Like they can't wait. I thought the old school ways was to wait, no injuries to women, innocent life, get the person that if y'all got problems. But no. Sometimes they don't even hit the person they was trying to get. They get everybody. Grandma, babies, you. They don't care. And it's so reckless now when it comes to people and their impulsive ideas of whatever ideas they have in their head of anger and revenge. And I'll say this, it's more and more of it now that we got cell phones. And now that people are putting it on social media, it's starting to kind of like take over the algorithm. But we got an article of this mass shooting in South Philly. I want to put this up. If you're watching as we broadcast live, let's listen.
8 people are recovering after being shot at a Philadelphia nightclub early this morning in South Philadelphia. Police say shots were fired just before 4 a.m. at the 7 Elements Restaurant and Lounge. That's on 11th Street between Washington Avenue and Ellsworth Street. A total of 5 men and 3 women, ranging in ages from 25 to 43 years old, were hurt. 2 of the victims were working as security guards. Investigators are now looking at surveillance video to determine how many shooters were involved.
It's a very vague description by one of the gunshot victims, and there's still a lot more investigation, a lot more legwork that needs to be done to be able to identify exactly who was responsible for this or whether there was more than one person involved. Still a lot of unanswered questions.
Investigators believe the shooting may have stemmed from a fight on a balcony outside the second-floor business inside the shopping plaza. Police say all the victims are in stable condition.
Hey, and it's a viral video going around of a shootout that happened, you know, that's been going around. Like, it got caught on the Ring doorbell. Like, all I'm saying is, when I tell people to keep their head on a swivel and look both ways before you cross the street, and green don't always mean go, trust me, I'm just telling y'all that just for y'all own public safety. And we as a community, it's only up to us to make the little changes every day to combat this. It's not going to be like one day it's going to stop. It takes the changing of the mind and the culture. It takes the changing of the mind and the culture. Right now, with the programming that they got with the media, with the songs that people listen to, with just the atmosphere right now, we have to reverse it. We have to start making sure that we're taking note of the energy that surrounds us and try to change the dynamics of the mentality of everybody around us. That's why I say I'm only going to hang out with people that's trying to do the right thing and be positive and have positive energy toward getting things done. I had to make that conscious decision because I had folks around me that, you know, when I was coming up, they was ready to crash out. Now, I wish somebody would do something, you know. It could be anybody. And I'm like, no. And now I'm like, no, man, now I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not doing that. We got to make sure we making the adjustments a little bit at a time to make things safe as well as expecting our leadership to have the right ideas and putting the right people in place overall to do the overall top part. But we have to do our part, and we have to start educating ourselves on the programming, what we're seeing, letting these kids know that these ideas of fighting and violence are being pushed on you so you can respond in a way that's detrimental to maybe others and yourself. We got to get back to an education of how things are programmed, and so they can avoid it. Some of these kids is watching these videos and they thinking it's real life. Some of these adults still believe that they can still, you know, be Scarface. That was a movie. We got to understand what we up against, and we got to make sure that we're making the right adjustments. Okay? When we come back, we're at a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Sherwin Hughes with his truth.
Most people don't know that a county executive is a higher elected position than a mayor. Most people don't know what a state assembly representative does, a state senator, nor their function in overall state government. Most people, in fact, don't know what a school board representative actually does. Ask a person who their county board supervisor is, and they'll likely shrug their shoulders. Also, most people don't vote. We're in for a world of hurt. If we don't know the functions of our government at the very basic level, then we are not nearly equipped for what is going to happen to this nation for the next 4 years. All they had to do was tell unsophisticated folks gas prices are too high, inflation is too high, bacon and eggs cost too much. It's this guy's fault. It's this party's fault. Vote for us. Don't think about the criminal prosecutions. Don't think about all the malfeasance. Don't think about all of the misconduct and the corruption. We're going to make your bacon cheaper. We're going to make your eggs cheaper. We're also going to gut the FBI. We're also going to gut anything related to diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to shred this nation from the top to the bottom, all in favor of a handful of folks. How about this? Let's tell people that immigrants are actually the problem. And then Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk will bring in the most highly trained immigrants this nation has ever seen. Why? Because Americans are none the wiser. Don't believe me? Look at public school children's performance, not just in Milwaukee, not just in Wisconsin, but nationwide. Get ready for a long ride, ladies and gentlemen. A very long ride.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers dominating the LA Dodgers on Monday night in Game 1 of their 3-game series by a final score of 9-1. Newcomer Andrew Vaughn, after being called up from the Brewers from Nashville, made quite the impact in his first at-bat.
And the 2-2. Fly ball, deep left. It is up and it is gone. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Andrew Vaughn.
With the win, the Brewers improving to 51-40. Game 2 set for this evening. Jacob Mizorowski versus Clayton Kershaw. First pitch is set for 6:40. And lastly, over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks make a handful of official signings. Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr., the trade for Pat Connaughton also official. And the Bucks signing Ryan Rollins to a 3-year, $12 million deal. That is according to ESPN Shams Charania. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Truth Nation, it's time to start jamming with juice. This is the Pop Culture Report with Carrie Noni and Ben Jammin on the Tory Lowe Show. Tap in to see what's trending today on Pop Culture Report.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Benjamin.
It is amazing.
Hey, Benjamin. I think Truth Nation want an apology for you striking out on that hot dog eating contest.
What? Look,
on the 3rd. This is the first time you came back through.
That's true. You know what, Truth Nation?
You can't avoid all of that. You hyped it up.
I hyped it up. I did a good job, though, didn't I?
You did do a good job of hyping it up.
We had a whole audience out there and everything trying to see if Benjamin was going to eat all these hot dogs. I said I was. Look, I thought I could have been the Glizzy champ. Apparently, I'm not. All right? I could only eat 2 hot dogs, y'all. And I will say this, on TV.
I got people texting me talking about where Benjamin at.
That's funny, bro. I thought that stuff was going to be much easier. Like, I didn't think that, like, chewing fast is going to wear my jaws out, bro. Like I'm like, dog, like, to eat that many hot dogs, like, that fast,
They said Benjamin choked on them hot dogs.
I did. I was, bro. And that was another thing, too. Because if you guys go back and watch the video.
You let Truth Nation down, fam.
Maybe I did. But you know what? I'm over here, trying to stuff my face with some hot dogs. I needed the water. I needed everything. I thought I was a glizzy champion. I thought that I was going to put about 10 of them things in my mouth and call it a day. Especially when I saw like 7 glizzies right there, I said, this is going to be a cakewalk. That's what I legitimately thought. But if you guys go back and look at the hot dogs that was out there, bro, 2 of them had jalapenos on there. All right? And I know for a fact, me and jalapenos do not mix. All right? Although Dog City has some really great hot dogs, has some really great flavors. Like, for real, I wish more hot dog places had flavors like Dog City does. But no, bro, I couldn't do it. I tried, but you know what? If y'all so mad at Benjamin that I couldn't put that many glizzies down my mouth, how about y'all put that many glizzies down your throat? All right, how about y'all try it out? Okay, how about you put 5 in at the same time and see what happens?
Here we go.
All right, they're going to treat you like you off a Lisbon or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, it really is a sport, and you got to get your jaws together before you put that many glizzies in your mouth. Women, I don't know how you do it.
Wow.
I really don't. It's a sport.
Oh, wow.
But if you can make that thing disappear, I'm telling you, you crazy.
Here we go. What's going on in these pop culture streets?
Hey, you know what, Tory, you know what, Truth Nation? I've been seeing some things on my Instagrams. Okay, I've been seeing some things on my Facebooks. All right, and one thing that popped out to me is actually kind of sickening, right? It's kind of sickening, but okay. So if you guys don't know, a judge has actually denied Roc Nation and Megan Thee Stallion motion to dismiss a lawsuit where her homosexual cameraman claimed that the twerker, that being Megan Thee Stallion, forced him to watch her have a freak-off.
What?
A freak-off car sex with a woman inside of a moving vehicle while on tour in Spain. This is in 2022. Now, I remember this incident happening. And I think the Tory Lanez thing kind of, blew things over, it kind of overshadowed this scenario. But, yeah, a judge basically just dismissed it and said they have to go through with this incident.
Right.
So now we may see Megan Thee Stallion going through some court trials, court proceedings.
This is civil, right?
This
is criminal.
Let's see.
This may be a civil lawsuit.
Yeah, I think this is more so of a civil lawsuit. The judge, going by the name of Judge Woods, says that the cameraman, who is gay, plausibly pleads that the alleged sexual encounter in the SUV in Spain created a hostile work environment based on plaintiff's sexual orientation. So, yeah, maybe this is a civil lawsuit then, Tory. But this is one of the things where, I don't know, man, people get this money, power, and fame, and next thing you know, they go after all the sexual activities they've ever wanted to try out in their life. Megan Thee Stallion allegedly being with a woman.
Why don't you wait?
Wait for what?
So you get some privacy.
What do you mean?
Why you got to act it out in front of other people?
Folks are superstars, Tory. They trying to get it now. They trying to
Ain't that what Diddy was doing, trying to make people watching and doing all this extra? Like, whatever happened in okay, I like you, let's go back to the crib. Right. It used to be songs about let's go back to the hotel. Now they just, wherever I feel free.
I think
that's it. You can go to jail. That's indecent.
You can go to jail. You definitely
There's
can
rules
go to jail.
up against this.
Straight up, man. I think just because, our society now is so hypersexual that now it's just like, when you get the money, you get the power, you get the fame, you have this inflated idea about yourself, about your own ego and what you can do. Some people get in those types of arenas and feel invincible, So just like we saw with Diddy, he felt like he was invincible. Nobody would be able to stop him. Again, same thing with the previous owners of Abercrombie and Fitch, right? They felt invincible, so they went on to go do
Skip
Bayless felt
and
invincible.
We almost forgot about Shannon Sharp for a second but what I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, it's a lot of lawsuits with these people with money because they have money,
right?
But just because you think you're invincible, you could give somebody the opportunity to come at you legally because you're being reckless.
That's very true. Very true. And I think that's the one thing. You know, in the 48 laws of power, I forget exactly what law of power it is, but it says your reputation is everything. Protect it at all costs. Protect it with your life.
Right.
You know, so when you are a person who does get some kind of power or some kind of influence, understand that everything you do from that point on, somebody may one day, especially because we live in a digital age, may try to take a snippet of what you have said, or may take a picture of what you have did, or may even take a video of what you did, and like you said, make some kind of clickbait out of it, run a whole story on Instagram or Facebook, whatever may have you, throughout the internet. It may or may not be true, but now you have to come to the front of the pulpit to address these concerns because now the public is enraged. So it's just one of them things that, like, now as you step into the limelight, these are even things that I'm telling myself, you know, as I grow a bigger brand, grow bigger into what I am becoming. You know, I'm starting to understand, like, you know what, Ben, you got to dial some things down. When you out here taking pictures of people, is your hand on their shoulder or is it on their hip? If it's on the hip, somebody 20 years from now maybe like,
you sexually assault them, that you squeezed on the butt cheek.
There you go. There you go.
Accusation.
You ain't finna get that out of Benjamin. Only girl getting that out of me is my woman.
Well, the thing is where I say, like, now where you see the uncontrollable hypersexuality in the videos and things like that, it's starting to become the norm.
I think it is
like
the norm.
where the, like I said, here go the programming again.
Right.
Everybody just wild and, you know, want that wild and crazy moment. And that could cost them, if you got money.
Yeah, it could cost you literally everything. You know, just like the lady who came up here for Sherwin Hughes last week, right? It could have costed her everything. You know, by breaking through security barriers, just because you feel some type of way that you feel that you're supposed to be in certain areas, you know, knocking on a man's door. You know, that could have cost that woman everything. It could have cost her job. So, you know, as you grow up in life, Truth Nation and all the listeners out there, make certain that you are moving responsibly. Make certain that you are moving coherently. Do you really understand the situation that you are in? And if you do, play it correctly. Because whatever may happen, somebody may use some things against you. Again, when it comes down to Megan Thee Stallion, possibly, allegedly, you know, having some sexual fornicating ideas with a woman in the backseat of a car in Spain, her cameraman says he has all of this on tape, and he was forced to watch. So it's one of these things that, like, Megan, if this is true, if the cameraman caught it, I don't think there's a way you get out of it. Okay,
but that was her personal camera.
That was her personal cameraman, and he may have it on footage. And
if he got the tape, or did she let him record? Well, why did he record it though?
Ooh.
Like, he could have act like, you know.
I'm telling you, Megan Thee Stallion forced me to sit around, and I'm the cameraman. Click, click.
Oh, okay.
We are getting this.
TMZ.
We are getting this right now.
What?
I'm going to zoom in. I am zooming in.
Oh, wow.
Because this footage right here, shoot, I might start my own OnlyFans. That might be the only video on the OnlyFans. That's all you need. And you be set for life. So, hey.
Right next to the Mr. Hooks.
Hey, right next to the Mr. Hooks joint. Yeah, make sure you follow me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of the things where, again, like I said before, I think that, you know, Americans have become hypersexualized. I'm talking masculine and feminine. Ideas have become so hypersexualized that we are willing to do more risque things, even when it comes down to, you know, putting our own jobs at risk. You know, there's teachers each and every day that you guys are hearing about who are risking their whole livelihood for some 14-year-old boy. You know, so it's crazy out here, but it's real. It's a real thing, man. And some people have some weird, sick addictions, all right, that actually do belong on a TV show. You know, but they got to challenge those things and they got to face those things, especially when it comes down to somebody having money, power, and some fame. Well, man, you really got to check yourself before you get into
I say this. I like to, when I'm around my friends, my close friends and family, that's when I let my hair down.
I feel that.
Like, if I'm out and it's public, I'm always going to have my guards up. You know what I mean? Because there's always somebody that's looking to do something extra. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got to be understanding of the nature of what you're doing. And if it's affecting the culture, no matter if it's negative or positive, somebody's always going to try to say, okay, I'm going to wait for you to make a moment where I can cash in on.
Right. And that's the thing. I think that's what they've even done with, like, the Michael Jacksons of the world, right? And some people would say that's how Diddy got this far in his trial or whatever, right? The things happened with Cassie.
But he had text messages, too, to really to really prove the intent.
Yeah, you get to prove the intent.
Yeah.
And those things end up happening. Cassie ends up saying, hey, we don't have to go to court. We can do a $30 million settlement. And in less than 24 hours, Diddy went and settled with her because he knew that she had a lot of dirt on him.
But it still happened.
It still happened.
So do he get to revoke the money he...
Well, I don't think so because the state picked it up. It wasn't like Cassie still.
But she still spoke and talked against him.
That's a good question.
Do he get to renege on the contract?
Right. That's a good question. I think that's something for his lawyers then.
Right.
Because they were definitely looking into those things.
What if she was summoned and she had to speak?
Right. But what I'm saying is if she was summoned and she had to speak and she does that interfere with the NDA?
Mm-hmm. Good question.
They can challenge it.
Mm-hmm. No, they can challenge that. But, again, it's just, man, why even put yourself in these predicaments, man?
But you got a right to remain silent, too.
You do got the right to remain silent, but before even
and you could always plead the fifth, too.
But before all of that, it's just like, dog, you really need to just not put yourself in those bad situations. It's just like, just being out here in the streets, man. And people talking about, oh, well, I feel like I need a gun. Well, hey, if where you going, you feel like you need a gun, you shouldn't be there. Don't put yourself in those predicaments for people to use things against you. I think that's just,
I'll
just
say
being
this.
responsible.
A lot of times people intentionally go where they know is drama.
That's real.
Some people love the drama. Some people love the drama. I can't wait till I see. How I didn't heard so many folks say, I can't wait till I see them tonight. I be like, who you talking about? They be like, oh, this such and such and such. I say, how you know they supposed to see? They be wanting that. You could go the opposite direction and have a good time. But some people are seeking the confrontation. I know some people that will go where their ex is. They'll find out where their ex going and go out there just for the toxicity.
That's real. That's real. And because that's what some people do thrive off on, right? Like, that's what they get off on is, and that's how they even live their lives. Like, people who love the drama, I stay away from them, Tory. Like, I'm not the type of person that, like, every time you talk to me, I'm talking about such and such.
Right.
And, oh, they did this to me. They did that to me. Now I'm fighting this person. Bro, I'm too grown to be out here fighting people. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm too, unless you realize tribe and Jerry, that's the only way you gonna
self-defense.
Yeah, for some self-defense ideas. But am I finna pull up to Deontay? Am I pulling up to Deontay crib, telling him hop off the porch so I can fight you? No, it's not my life, bro.
Right.
If I really got a real bout with you, I got a problem with you, I'm old enough and mature enough to try to have a conversation with you.
Right.
Now, if I can't have a conversation with you, then maybe I just need to remove myself and remove your stuff from my life.
Right.
And if, like I said before, unless it comes down to a self-defense idea, then so be it. I got to throw them things, got to throw them hands. But otherwise, I'm too peaceful for all that. I'm too peaceful for all that, man. And I value my peace too much.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
I really am. I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I fight for what I love.
All right, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more Pop Culture Report with Benjamin.
It's amazing.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation. Unfortunately, violence is on the rise in Milwaukee, and this is a problem which impacts us all. Please join me and the Truth team on Saturday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon for our third annual Walk Against Violence supported by 1MKE. Enough is enough. Now it's time to bring an end to senseless violence in our community. To join our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 12th, visit truthwalkagainstviolence.com to sign up today.
Two Wisconsin icons are teaming up on a reworked classic. Cousin Subs and U-Zingers are proud to introduce the all-new Fried Bologna Sub, featuring U-Zingers fried bologna, bacon, American cheese, onions, pickles, mayo, and mustard on fresh-baked Italian bread. And that's not all. Pair your fried bologna with a creamy cupcake shake topped with whipped cream and rainbow sprinkles. Now that's a better combination. Order both in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Truth Nation, you already know I got to put you on the latest hookup at Nick Avani's, and this one is big. All month long during July, Nick Avani's is running their buy one, get one for a penny sale. That's right. Grab one item and get another one for just 1 cent. We're talking top-tier fashion like suits, shirts, ties, shoes, and more that will have you stepping out looking sharp and turning heads. Some exclusions may apply, but the deal is real and only happening for the month of July. So don't wait and pull up to Nick Avani's on the second floor of Mayfair Mall and level up your wardrobe while this deal lasts.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 10th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Northcott Neighborhood House, located at 2460 North 6th Street, and at Garden Homes Park, located at 2600 West Atkinson Avenue. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members Andrea Pratt and Malele A. Coggs. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Maximus, and Amplifier.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Let's go. Hey, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey, let's go, let's go. Hey, hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Benjamin.
It is amazing.
I'm back in your city.
I see Drake making moves.
Drake is making moves. He's driving around his country. All right, he's driving around his country, making moves, dropping off ice packs. All right, and some people will say Drake right now is trying to put everybody on ice. That's going to be this new strategy.
I got an ice box where my heart used to be.
Ooh, I got an ice box where my heart.
He ain't got no more feelings for these people.
And honestly, Drake shouldn't. And I think this is the way or the move Drake should be actually making. You know, I think this is where Drake puts a middle finger up to everybody who decided to side with Kendrick last year, from LeBron James to everyone. You know, I think this is the best move.
I think that when you put out good music, I think Kendrick caught a wave.
Yeah,
and it was the song was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Drake had a chance to do the same thing Kendrick did in that battle. Kendrick
true.
just came out with the one that resonated above all other songs.
I'm not going to lie to you, dog. I really think that Kendrick was much more hungrier during the battle versus Drake. Personally, even if we listen back to how the beef played out or whatever, Drake had a record called Family Matters, which basically was already a finished track. He previewed the track probably like he did push-ups. He previewed the track in the push-ups. So he had that record in the tuck. But Drake, if you are a person who is really for the culture, who is really, I'm an MC. We ain't talking about being a rapper. We talking about being an MC, and I stand on this, and I'm in ciphers. Bro, you should have came with something else after Family Matters. It shouldn't have just been, you coming out with the Heart Part 6, your version. You should have kept on going, in my honest opinion. I think it would have stumped on a lot of the noise that Not Like Us was actually doing. Not Like Us was a much bigger record than anything
that he had dropped at that time.
Basically,
it just kind of overshadowed all of the whole beef. It just took on a life of his own,
and it definitely took on a life of its own. And it's just one of them things where, again, Drake, look, if you're a rapper, then rap, But if you want to be a singer, you want to be a pop star, then go ahead and do that. And I think that's Drake's new angle with this whole Iceman portion of his career now. He's going back to what actually people love. Those summer hits from Drake. That's what people want from Drake. They want to hear that.
Well,
I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough.
Right. And I think that he going back to the melodies.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, when you look at Drake, he'll always have an audience because his music is concert, party, have a good time.
Right.
But when it gets aggressive now, a lot of people are going to not look at Drake as a real shot at the top 5 rappers of all time.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
I don't think he's ever going to be in
bars, right.
I'm talking about, when you get into the top 5, like I said, these are where the MCs, where the gods of rap,
being a god MC.
Yeah.
See, and this is crazy, right? Because on one end, you got a whole generation of kids out here who really don't care about that type of stuff. It's a whole generation of kids like, bro, I just want some good music.
Right.
But if you are going to be somebody who is a part of this genre, who claims to be the best, I think if you're going to be the best, you have to be aiming at how to become a God MC at this. You know, I think Eminem is a God MC, Jay-Z. You got even people like Kanye West, in my opinion, is definitely a God MC when it comes down to this hip-hop thing. Tupac, Biggie, people who are forever carved into the Mount Rushmores of hip-hop.
You didn't say Nas.
Oh, Nasir Jones. How did I forget Basketball?
Yeah, because you like Jim Jones.
Oh, check you out, man.
I'm just messing with you.
I rock with Nas, man. Jim Jones out here trolling folks.
Right.
But, yeah, man. It's just those types. Once you get into those types of conversations, I think you're forever solidified. And I think prior to that, Drake would have been solidified, ingrained into hip-hop, right? However, I think he stepped into a battle that he wasn't prepared for. He stepped into a battle where he underestimated his opponent. He stepped into a battle that he really didn't even need to get into. But what Kendrick went on to go do is point out and poke at a lot of Drake's insecurities during the battle, asking him if he's black enough. Do you feel like you black enough? You need more black features. That's why you do what you do. You know, questioning his integrity about him really truly being an MC or not. These are things that I think Kendrick studied about Drake, understood about Drake, and attacked Drake during this beef. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. When Kendrick Lamar dropped that record with Metro Boomin and Future, that was nothing but a snake move. All right, he snaked Drake, and Drake took the bait. That's what happened.
Well, I'll say this. Drake dropping the album, are you here for it?
I'm here for it. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to the Drake's new album. I'm going to listen to this Iceman joint. Although I want to say this.
Drake is always going to have some good songs. They said who had the top 100, who had the most top 100 hits.
Yeah.
It was Drake. By a long shot.
By a long shot. And Drake is always going to hit you with the good songs, especially once he has 4
Baby Girl.
Yeah, he got them records. But I will say this, for him to name it Iceman, it sounds dope. But if King Kendrick ever get a hold to throwing another bar at this man, I just want to let y'all know that Iceman, when you talk about the X-Men and Marvel or whatever, Iceman is one of the characters who actually is a gay character.
What?
Yeah. Iceman's gay.
I didn't know that.
Iceman's gay, bro.
Oh, wow.
So I just want to say, man, Drake, if Kendrick gets a hold
Where
of
can you find that at?
I got an encyclopedia right there.
Really?
On Marvel superheroes.
Oh, wow.
But he's the only gay character in the whole X-Men franchise. Well, not the whole X-Men franchise, but he's a gay character. Anyway, neither here nor there. All I'm saying, if Kendrick ever gets a hold of this album and decides to flip a bar on Drake, there goes his career all over again. Questionable. I got the whole Marvel encyclopedia.
Oh, wow.
Let me see if I can get the Iceman real quick.
Oh, wow. Wait, we got a little bit of time left.
This is crazy, man.
But, hey, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But also, they said that, I guess, in the past, 6 years, I found out that Bert and Ernie was in the LGBTQ. I didn't know. I didn't know all these different characters was LGBTQ, I guess.
See, my thing is, I don't even understand why they have to always
add gender to a lot of it.
Yeah, gender, their sexuality. Cause I don't care. I just care about them being a cool, good person.
Right.
Let's see. They don't have his sexuality in here. Just know he's gay.
All right. Thank you, Ben Jeremy, for the Pop Culture Report.
It's amazing.
All right, Truth Nation, when we come back, we going to open up the lines. Stay tapped in.
Hi, I'm Tatum, and I'm a proud Riverside University High School Tiger. As a rising sophomore, I have found that my favorite thing about attending Riverside is that it is a very unique and diverse community, while at the same time, it is a very inclusive community. Everyone has a place at Riverside, no matter who you are. Come join the Riverside community and Truth Nation for the second annual Truth Family Fest on August 17th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. right at Riverside University High School in Milwaukee. Can't wait to see you there.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be joined by Milwaukee College Prep CEO Al Keith and Chief of Schools Dr. Tryla Cleveland. We will discuss the success MCP is having with their students in the classroom and why you should consider enrolling your child at MCP today. So again, that is the Community Spotlight with Milwaukee College Prep this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Veterans, have you explored your benefits lately? The Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs stands ready to serve Wisconsin veterans, their families, and their survivors. With our partners like your local county veteran service officer, we can help access the benefits you've earned and the support you need. For more information, please visit wisvets.com. That's wisvets.com. Message sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Veterans Affairs.
Truth Nation, let us talk our ish for a moment. There is no other station in the country where you get a front row seat to hear from some of the biggest names in politics, pop culture, and sports. People like Grammy Award winner John Legend.
Knowing that fight isn't over, knowing that we've got to stay motivated and stay inspired. Glory was the song that myself and Common wrote. Two brothers from the Midwest, from Chicago and from Springfield, Ohio.
Oscar Award winning actor Don Cheadle.
I know that we're the bright, shiny thing that sometimes gets the attention, but I would say don't listen to celebrities. You don't have to listen to us. Listen to yourself.
And President Donald Trump's son, Don Jr.
When did we have a strong economy? And I don't think anyone with a straight face can say right now. And the reality, when you look at it, it's not even voting for my father. Look at the team that's now surrounding him.
Tap into the award-winning and nationally recognized 1017 The Truth by downloading the Truth app and streaming us live at 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Milwaukee Black Talk. All of your favorite 1017 The Truth content whenever you want. The Truth app has it all. The Truth is on 1017 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The city of Milwaukee will provide an update today on its efforts to crack down on illegal dumping. In spring, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson announced the city would begin a pilot program deploying hidden cameras to catch offenders in the act. The Department of Neighborhood Services says 2 people have now been fined $25,000 for illegal dumping. The Common Council voted unanimously to approve a flat $5,000 fine in April. A federal judge's report deals a setback to the Milwaukee judge facing federal obstruction charges. U.S. Magistrate Judge Nancy Joseph is recommending against granting a motion to dismiss Judge Hannah Dugan's case. She writes that absolute immunity does not apply to criminal cases against judges, and neither does the Supreme Court ruling that President Donald Trump has immunity. Judge Dugan is accused of helping an undocumented migrant evade ICE agents at the Milwaukee courthouse. The judge for her trial, U.S. District Judge Lynn Adelman, will make a final decision on the motion to dismiss. A scheduling conference is set for Wednesday. Another Walgreens location is set to close, this time in southeast Wisconsin. The location near 76 and Mill in Milwaukee will close its pharmacy July 1st and the rest of the store July 28th. A Racine location near Memorial and State will close August 5th. The pharmacy inside the downtown Milwaukee location at the Avenue is also closing, but the front end of the store is staying open. Walgreens plans to close 1,200 stores across the country over the next 3 years. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 1017 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I'm happy we had the pop culture report because it took my blood pressure down a little bit. Because I felt it going up, DJ Brother Z. They saying that the DOJ, they're saying the Department of Justice and the FBI is saying that there's no Epstein client list. And they saying it's making Pam Bundy either look like a liar or they exaggerated that there were, or they hinted around, or it was exaggerated that there was a list. Either way, because I heard that they was going to let it out. We've been waiting ever since. And now to hear that it ain't no list, I'm raising an eyebrow. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. What do y'all feel is going on with this? I need to know. They say that they conducted an extensive review of things and looked through databases, and the FBI said it digitally raffled through hard drives and network devices and searched through including physical searches, and they saying that there was no client list. I want to know if y'all believe this. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. Or hit me up in the chat. As usual, salute to everybody in the chat. Chat, do you believe that there was a list? Because I believe it's one. It's something. It's got to be something. Gasoline Maxwell, I thought she had a black book or something during her trial. I know they said it was a flight list, but you telling me that it ain't no records of nobody going or doing, and that the client list don't exist? I don't know. I can't believe this one. 833-212-1017. Is it just me? Is it just me? Oh, I feel that something ain't right. My spidey senses is tingling, Truth Nation, about this client list. And I'm telling you, I truly believe that it's people that we don't understand who cutting the checks, or some people that we can't even name them, but they got a lot of power that's on this list. And it's Democrats, Republicans might be on it. Some had something to do with it. I believe it's all across the board, but it's so powerful. The list's so powerful. Now, this is my opinion, that the people on this list is so powerful that if they would have put this list out, heads would have started rolling. It would have shook up America. It would have pulled the wool off our eyes to see what behind the curtain. And we would have started investigating these names and finding out what's really going on. And they probably had to put the kibosh on it. Hey, we got to get rid of this. And Pam Bundy went down there and said, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it ain't no client list. I don't know. It might not be no client list. Maybe we was hyped up for nothing, for no reason. I want to know. 833-212-1017. Get in the chat. Did the government lie about not having a Epstein list? I want to know. Hit the polls up. 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. I'm reading the article. And then, you seeing that they trying to make us believe that they did this investigation. They said they went through the cabinets. DJ Brother Z. They did the physical, the data. Where the depositions at? Well, if they got the flight records, did they depose those people on the flight records, what they was doing? Gasoline Maxwell right there. She in jail, or she's supposed to be in jail. I don't know
know if it was just me, but then I thought she had some information too. Eight 833-212-1017. Talk to text 833-212-1017. See, this is where sometimes I draw the line with politics. Like when it get real, when it affect the people, I believe everybody in politics will say the right thing to continue their brand of service, no matter who it is. Like if the people rise up and realize the game, it's over. And it's all a game. But at least you want to play the game and get some wins out of it. No matter what kind of game you're playing, you want to get whatever you're seeking to win. But with this Epstein list, don't nobody win. Trust me. I don't believe the Democrats win or the Republicans win. I don't believe that the donors or the people in England or whoever was in there all across the country, nobody want to hear you messing with little kids. Nobody don't want to hear that. So it would have, I believe the list would, if it was a list and we would have got a hold of it, it would have ruined politics in America moving forward because nobody wants to think that their favorite politicians or people that's trying to control the country is involved in this type of stuff. And it would have been major damage to just the political scene, period. Now, I know some people say, oh, this side, this person on this side, this person on... No, I'm talking about when it get real, all that illusion of politics going around kissing babies and everybody trying to keep up an image. No, when it's real, you'll find out some of everybody in the real space, they got you distracted with the divide and conquer. But there is some things that a lot of times people kind of conjoin around, and I'm telling you, when I look at or when I see what's going on, when I do what I do, when I'm out here, I know the truth. I know wrestling fake. I know it's a storyline. It's not real. And many times in situations like this Epstein list, the people lose. The people lose. And they don't want us to truly see that. I deal with it all the time. Even on I got a day in the city, human trafficking is on my day because I fight against human trafficking. That's on the plaques. People that's damaging children, innocent life, I go after them myself. I go after that at the risk of my own life. So you know I'm waiting for the Epstein list. I'm waiting on it. And now they saying it don't exist. And they gonna spin it. They gonna spin it however they gonna spin it. The Joe Biden administration had an opportunity to let us see the list. And the Trump administration had the opportunity, if there was something there, because we believed for years, because they were speaking about it like it's one, but they ain't gonna release it, so they was holding on to it. So the Biden administration was holding on to it, and the Trump administration came out and said it don't exist. Either way, we don't know what's going on. So what is that? Somebody tell me, 833-212-1017. I want to know. Because right now, my blood pressure, y'all need to call in for my blood pressure. I got to go get checked out, get a nurse in here to try to see what's going on with the blood pressure. Y'all usually call in with the blood pressure, but this right here is something that's close
that's near and dear to my soul. If any type of innocent life being affected in any kind of way. If they got any information so we can try to prevent this type of stuff from happening, they should have let the public know about it. We finna head to the lines. John, how you doing,
hey,
brother?
Tory, how you doing today?
Brother John?
Doing good. You know, all these, like you said, all these years they've been saying there's a list. There is a list. I think what happened is, what did Elon Musk say when he left those? He said Trump is on that list.
That's what he said, but then he came back and reneged on it.
And why do you think there's no list? I'm not for Trump or against him. He's our president. There's nothing we can do.
Elon Musk did say he was on the list.
I think he's on that list, and I think there's a lot of, like you said, a lot of high-powered people. And if that list comes out, this country is through.
It's going to make everybody understand, truly understand how this works.
Yep. And, you know, they say right now the United States is worse than Sodom and Gomorrah ever was. With all the crime and the sexual depravity going on in this country, it's disturbing.
The real people that want to end a lot of this sex trafficking and all of this high-powered things going on, that list was important to have. So we could really get a real view of what's going on in a higher up type space.
Yep. And I think if that list would come out, there's going to be a lot of people in the higher ups that are probably on that list.
Man, I'm disappointed. I'm upset. Thank you, John, for tapping in today. Robert, how you doing, brother Robert?
What's up, Tory Lowe?
Blessings, brother.
All right. How you doing? Bless you, brother. Good to hear your voice, man. I'm always listening. But I agree. That list exists. But I think with that list from that time frame, washed a lot of hands. Trump got his stuff approved, and a lot of people didn't have to go to jail or face the congressional hearings because there was so many of them on that list. And with all the things that Trump has done, even though he was on that list, there was other people on that list that he would say, well, I can take the public knowing about me being on the list. They hate me anyway. But what about you? And them other people, higher ups, probably said, you know what? Let this fool go and have his way, because I don't want my name out there.
Hey, they said Bill Clinton was on there. They on the flight log almost more than anybody.
That's why that list disappeared, because of Bill Clinton. Hate to say it, Barack Obama. It's a lot.
They said
of
Bill Gates.
up there.
You know, Bill Gates' wife was out there talking about Epstein and how she didn't like him, how he felt evil, and how he was rolling around with Epstein. So it ain't. I'm telling y'all, they want y'all to focus on one person, but truly, it's across the board.
That's why that list went away, and that's why they let Trump win this election, doing what he's doing, because he said, you know what, I'm already looked at as a criminal. It ain't going to hurt me that much, but what if I tell about you guys that's hidden in the closet, you big wigs that's hidden in the closet is on that list, it'll destroy the whole country.
Man.
So they said, you know what, let this guy win, let him do what he's doing. He only got 4 years. That's how they looked at it, just so they wouldn't be exposed. But you have a great day. I'm at work, but I had to call in, but I love listening to you.
Hey, thank you, Brother Robert. Hey, look, let me tell you something. However you want to slice it, however y'all want to slice it, America was waiting to see the truth. America was waiting to see the big dogs. They got your uncle for human trafficking. They got your family members. They got your people. They was out here trying to do something, shucking and jiving on the street. They got them. This list had the big dogs on it. Jason.
How you doing, Tory Lowe?
Hey, blessings, brother Jason.
So here's the reality, and I think most of the country and most other countries don't want to admit it, but there's a group of unelected officials that are really behind the scenes.
Right.
And the reality is the whole Epstein thing, some of the P. Diddy stuff. I mean,
right.
All of it is just a blackmail operation controlled by the CIA and all these three-letter agencies to control the politicians and Hollywood. But there are people that are unelected that you and me have not heard their names.
We can't even name 8 of them.
Controlling the stream. Exactly. And then this is just a blackmail operation to control politicians and whoever, right? Industries, CEOs, titans of industry. And at the end of the day, we are not, a part of a government that is by the people.
I agree, Jason, because when you see situations like this, we as the people, the ones suffer when they do this because we don't have the truth. Hey, look, when we come back, we got smoke on the lines. We're going to try to get to everybody on the lines. We got some talk to text. We got some chat. We're going to try to get to it all when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, it's time to tap in. Them lines got that smoke. Call now at 833-212-1017 so we can put you in rotation. Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee, it's time to turn the TV off and turn your speakers up so you can hear what the future leaders of the world have to say. Truth Nation, I'm proud to present the 8 Block, powered by City on the Hill and 1017 The Truth, hosted by me, your boy, Ben Jammin. Every other Saturday at 9 a.m., 8 Milwaukee teams will share stories and laughs that will speak truth to what matters most in their lives.
I'm here to discover different levels about myself.
I'm really here to get my name out there and have a different perspective on life.
So tap in every other Saturday at 9 a.m. Truth Nation, welcome to the 8 Block.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 10th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Northcott Neighborhood House, located at 2460 North 6th Street, and at Garden Homes Park, located at 2600 West Atkinson Avenue. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members Andrea Pratt and Malele A. Coggs. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey everybody, it's Sherwin Hughes, and I got to tell you about one of my absolute favorite places in the city, Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, located on the northwest side of Milwaukee at 8617 West Brown Deer Road. Mr. B's is your go-to destination for comfort food, an incredible drink menu, and live music that keeps the vibes going all night long. So whether you're winding down or if you want to turn up, Mr. B's has the flavor, the energy, and the atmosphere you've been looking for. Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, privileged to serve.
Want to help build a better Milwaukee? 1MKE is a nonpartisan coalition of over 100 community partners, making it easier to plug into what matters. From local services that can save you time and money, to events that build community, to voting resources to ensure your voice is heard. Whether you're new to civic engagement or ready to level up your impact, there's a place for you with 1MKE. Learn more, get involved, and take their community feedback survey at 1MKE.org. We are 1MKE.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In a place but I'm free, and I got what it takes to rock the mic right on point. Still watch what you say out your mouth, cause 50 shit still your turn to go out. I'm Mr. Hood when I'm trying.
Truth Nation, we have seen the headlines and the unfortunate stories of violence in our community. It's time we come together to make a difference and take a stand against the senseless violence occurring in our community. Join the 3rd annual Truth Walk Against Violence this Saturday, July 12th, from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right in front of our studios right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Visit truthwalkagainstviolence.com. That's truthwalkagainstviolence.com right now to sign up for the Walk Against Violence, supported by 1MKE this Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. to noon. And thank you to our food sponsor, Cousin Subs. Once again, I need y'all to register because our food sponsor, Cousin Subs, is going to provide food for the Walk Against Violence. So I need you to register yourself, your family members, everybody you bring in. It's going to be powerful, Truth Nation. It's going to be powerful. I cannot wait to see y'all this Saturday. It's going down. We got a lot to talk about on the show. We got Smoke on the lines, 833-212-1017. They saying it ain't no Epstein list. It just vanished. All this talk, all these years, it's a list. We're going to let it out. We're going to let the public hear what's on it. And they did it around Tory Lowe Day. They must have knew I was waiting on it. They waited for Tory Lowe Day to come to tell everybody after that it wasn't no Epstein list, trying to bring down my celebratory attitude and spirit. I was feeling so good. Now today, my blood pressure, I got to check. I got to go get the automatic one that do it on its own, that try to check it with the pump on it. All I'm saying is this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe this came out today. We got Pat on the lines. Pat. How you doing, Pat?
Hey.
Bless his queen.
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good, King. I first want to say that I am so glad that I did not vote, because I understood that we are voting for the they the head of the same snake, both of them. So I'm proud of myself that my hands is clean. Secondly, I want to say that the P. Diddy information and stuff that he had, they said they one and the same. Both lists are the same list.
Right.
So it's kind of funny to me that we never really got as much information as they promised about P. Diddy situation.
That was a kangaroo
and we
court.
Didn't get enough.
That was kangaroo court.
We never got enough. We never got any information on Epstein's list. And I thought that President Trump said when he got elected to all the people that voted for him is that he was going to have a candidacy of transparency. And for them to have said that they had a list, now all of a sudden they don't have a list, that just shows that there's a lot of lies and manipulation, a lot of tricking. And I also feel like that puts us in a very dangerous state as Americans, that we don't know who lives amongst us and who is doing this type of stuff to our children. We are not talking about adults that can help themselves. We're talking about possibly children that we let go to the park and to school and get on the bus, and we have no idea who is amongst us. Now, I can say this, that eventually we're going to forget about all of this stuff. But there is someone who won't, and that's God. And his mercy, it ran out on Sodom and Gomorrah, and it's going to run out on the United States. So I just pray that people will repent and seek God, because at the end of the day, God's going to have the last say-so, and he's going to avenge his people, especially his children. So y'all have a great day.
All right, Pat. Now, look, she ain't too far from where it's going. She ain't too far off. Sandra. How you doing, Sandra?
Hello.
How
I'm
you
fine.
doing, Sandra?
How are you doing today?
Hey, look, hey.
I'm fine. How you doing?
They saying there ain't no list. They saying it ain't no Epstein list.
Yeah.
It just vanished.
Yeah, it's a list. Mm-hmm. It's a list, and he may not be there as far as we know, but he knew a lot. He was going to tell on. He was going to tell it all. That's the way I feel. But what I can't stand now, these are prominent people, big time money people, and all that stuff. What I can't stand is the fact a lot of them sit at the and legislate laws for us. And when they legislate the laws for us, we got to pay the price. Now, I paid the price. My son did 22 years. He died in prison.
Oh, wow. And
he never came close to this. Nothing like this. But yet they got laws. They sit there and they make laws, especially blackface. That's all they see. They make it look like crime is always done by blackface. And then when you look at the statistics, you see blackface are the main ones in prison, especially black men, and on death row. So they are criminals. And don't forget the churches. Back in the churches with the kids.
Oh, wow.
But it's always hush-hush when it comes to them.
Oh, yeah.
It's hush-hush, but we're bad people.
They try to tell you, hey, look, we're going to handle it in the church. Don't call the police.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're bad people. And the guns, thoughts, and prayers, they know the guns are made to shoot people. They know what guns are for. So if they don't get it together that way, the killer's going to keep going. But they're safe. They got money. They got island homes. They got money offshore.
Bunkers.
So they're very safe. Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, look, I appreciate you, Queen, for tapping in. But like I said, we in the dark still. Diddy just had a trial. They said that he had racketeering, human trafficking. That he had all these things with all these people. They said he had a criminal organization going. But we didn't hear that at the trial. So to me, it's the federal government, first of all. How can the federal government make this big of a mess? They got like a 90-something conviction rate. You telling me that they had all the stuff they had and brought all these witnesses that got text messages and email, even before the pre-trial. Before the pre-trial, they see the evidence. Like, you can't even go into trial without both sides getting what you're going to present so they can prepare. So you telling me they took Diddy all the way to trial knowing that Cassie was setting up the freak-offs, knowing that these women was, all of the big federal charges didn't even stick. They had to try to change it up. That's why I say it's kangaroo court, because this, to me, was a humiliation ritual with Diddy. Because they know the lawyers all had everything that the other side had. They could have played that out in their mind where this was going to go. But no, they took Diddy through the whole thing. We didn't see any executives. They took the Cassie civil suit, made it a criminal trial, but that Rodney one, there's another guy that's suing Diddy for millions of dollars. This Rodney character, the producer. He had named executives, record executives, that he saw in the parties. I think he had Cuba Gooding Jr. on one of them. Said had a picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. trying to squeeze on him. Like, they ain't gonna take that lawsuit and make it a federal crime. Like, if they would have took his lawsuit instead of Cassie's, we would have got further behind the scenes with who is doing what. Not only did Diddy didn't even speak about nothing, nobody testified on Diddy's behalf. They had nobody on Diddy's side. And that alone dropped 3 of the biggest charges that he was facing. So you can't tell me they didn't see this coming. They knew that this was going to be the outcome. They knew that Diddy was going to get charged with the prostitution charge, what they call a glorified John. A glorified John. Paying for sex, But the racketeering, the human trafficking, the Council of Human Trafficking, all that real serious stuff that was in the headlines, that was the clickbait, that it was little girls
Okay? These was ex-girlfriends. All I'm saying is, stop playing in our face. They playing in our face, and then it's another, outside of Diddy. All of those open border children that came over here that nobody know where they went. Hundreds of thousands of little kids somewhere in America that nobody didn't know where they went. And I was talking about that on the Tory Lowe show. What happened to all them kids? And Epstein was gone when them kids came. When they opened up the border, Epstein was allegedly committed suicide, allegedly. Ghislaine Maxwell was already in trial, so that wasn't going on. So what happened to the hundreds of thousands of kids that came over here through the open border that nobody knew where they went? Where them kids at? Okay. See, the regular people fall victim when they hide information. Y'all worried about the Epstein list, but it's a couple things, a couple records that we should have had access to. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I want to talk about Judge Hannah Dugan. They said that her appeal didn't go through. They said that she tried to get it dismissed. It didn't work. We're going to talk about it when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be a beneficiary of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee and qualify as a Milwaukee resident, take advantage of City on the Hills Health Clinic today. Just visit cityonthehillmke.org. That's cityonthehillmke.org. City on the Hill, hope, healing, and health for our city. Visit City on the Hill today.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers dominating the LA Dodgers on Monday night in Game 1 of their 3-game series by a final score of 9-1. Newcomer Andrew Vaughn, after being called up from the Brewers from Nashville, made quite the impact in his first at-bat.
And the 2-2. Fly ball, deep left. It is up and it is gone. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Andrew Vaughn.
With the win, the Brewers improving to 51-40. Game 2 set for this evening. Jacob Mizorowski versus Clayton Kershaw. First pitch is set for 6:40. And lastly, over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks make a handful of official signings. Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr., the trade for Pat Connaughton also official. And the Bucks signing Ryan Rollins to a 3-year, $12 million deal. That is according to ESPN Shams Charania. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
I just put up in that man Bobo in it catching what you and I'm so fresh I know she wanna me bake on this day catch it up and hop out walk is down then I swear like that top
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. DJ Brothers here on the ones and twos. Truth Nation, we have seen the headlines and the unfortunate stories of violence in our community. And it's time to come together to make a difference and take a stand against the senseless violence occurring in our community. Join the 3rd annual Truth Walk Against Violence this Saturday, July 12th, from Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right in front of our studio, right here at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Go to truthwalkagainstviolence.com. That's truthwalkagainstviolence.com right now to sign up for our Walk Against Violence, supported by 1NKE on Saturday, July 12th, from 12 a.m. to noon. Hey, look, salute to our food sponsor, Cousin Subs. We're going to be outside this Saturday. I need to see my frontliners, those that want to stand in solidarity for everybody that have lost a loved one in the city of Milwaukee. Hey, I'm an advocate. I fought for many years. And when we do these walks, it's powerful to show the kids, to get the family out, to be a part of things like this. We got to take action, Truth Nation. I cannot wait to see y'all this Saturday. But I want to talk about this story that's going on with the judge, Hannah Dugan, that was arrested right here in the city of Milwaukee for allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade ICE agents. We got some video footages as if you're watching as we broadcast live. We got some video footage. Let's listen.
Magistrate recommends the obstruction case against Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan move forward. FBI agents arrested Judge Dugan in April, accusing her of helping an undocumented immigrant avoid immigration agents in the courthouse. Dugan's legal team tried to get the case tossed, citing in part judicial immunity. Tonight, U.S. Magistrate Judge Nancy Joseph recommends the motion be denied. District Court Judge Lynn Edelman will make the final decision on whether the case against Dugan moves forward.
All right, now all I'm going to say is this. Now, she tried to get it dismissed, but now they're going to move forward with it. When I first talked about this case, a lot of people felt some type of way because, depending on what political side you on. But I looked at it from an advocacy standpoint, and the judge got in her feelings. She got away from the rules that she didn't took an oath. She took an oath to serve the laws and the rules of this land. That's how I see it. And I know when my brothers and sisters, they go in these courtrooms, they get judged harshly many times. And I get to hear it. I get to hear the backlash from it. So you would think the judge would know better and allow for the law of the land to take place because she took the oath.
So when they say, okay, she's a judge, she has immunity, and they keep moving it forward, yeah, she's going to have to explain what her decision-making was unless she go to trial and don't take the stand. Because they got a video of them talking to her, telling her, hey, what we here for. She made a conscious decision to do this. And this is why she don't have that immunity. Because she was well aware of what's happening. And she made a personal decision. How she felt, not about the law, not about the policy, not about what's going on in the government. She made a personal decision to do what she did. And then you got him running down the street trying to get away. Tried to go out the back door, and they got him running down the street. All I'm saying is she going to have to answer that. She going to have to answer for that. I don't know if she going to get any time. She a judge. I don't know if they're going to really throw her in the clink. Because I heard the conditions in the Milwaukee County Jail was treacherous. So I'm sure they going to put her in the Milwaukee County Jail. But at the end of the day, she made a personal decision over her oath. And they going to proceed. She going to have to, you know what I mean, answer for it. She going to have to answer for it. Also, I seen another thing, DJ Brother Z. 50 Cent made a post about what was going on with Jay-Z's alleged son. This just came out on July. I guess this is from the Daily Mail. This came out today. I guess they updated it today. Exclusive. Man, 30 years old, who insists he is Jay-Z's legitimate son, accuses rapper of abusing the legal system for 10 years to avoid taking a paternity test. They're saying that Jay-Z is now being ordered to take the paternity test. This is what's going on. And in a post that is on 50 Cent page, they said by July 18th that he has to take this paternity test. But this Ray Meir, this child that says he's Jay-Z's, he's now 30, he's been entangled in a legal battle with Jay-Z for over 10 years now. And he claims that he's the rapper's biological father. Why don't he just take the DNA test, DJ Brother Z? Do you believe that that's his son, DJ Brother Z, or you don't know nothing about it?
Yeah, no, I don't know nothing about Jay-Z.
But this been going on for like the last 10 years. I've seen this article for the last, couple years, and they moving forward with that too. They moving forward with it, DJ Brother. I don't know. I would love to see what the outcome is. I would love to see what the outcome is at the end of the day, because I've been paying attention to this for a while now, and hopefully they can get that situation straight. But at the end of the day, like when we talk about the people with the money, the people that got the money to avoid things, and I say it's hard to get the big doggers. I'm going to tell you right now, as much as I've had to organize lawsuits against these agencies that have been harming people, they got good attorneys too. So if you got a good attorney in America that can actually really work your case, anything can happen in these courtrooms. I'm going to tell you that right now. Judge Hannah Dugan, she a judge, but she going to go to court. But if she got good attorneys, they going to, at the end when it's all said and done, I doubt if she go to prison. I doubt it. And I doubt that, once this kid, let's say Jay-Z is the father, do they say that Jay-Z owe him money? DJ Brother Z? Like let's say Jay-Z is the daddy. Do he owe money to this kid? I don't know. Somebody in the chat let me know. So is he trying to find out, is Jay-Z his father? So he's trying to get the paternity to get the result. And if it is his father, is he going to turn that into a civil? Can you sue your parent? If you're 30 years old and do he still qualify for child support at that point? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, because I'll say this. Let's say he's 30 years old and he's able to take Jay-Z to court and say, you owe me money. You know how many fathers, so many kids are starting civil suits against their dad, DJ Brother Z? If that's the case, Motor Elephant says, money may be the motive. I mean, it will probably pay for the 18 first years. So that means if this can happen, and let's say you got fathers that ain't involved in people's lives, and then they come back when you grown, and, let's say they got some assets. Do you go back and be like, hey, I'm finna file a civil lawsuit? I don't know. We'll see. We got to run the break. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, unfortunately, violence is on the rise in Milwaukee, and this is a problem which impacts us all. Please join me and the Truth team on Saturday, July 12th from 9 a.m. to noon for our third annual Walk Against Violence, supported by 1MKE. Enough is enough. Now it's time to bring an end to senseless violence in our community. To join our Walk Against Violence on Saturday, July 12th, visit truthwalkagainstviolence.com to sign up today.
This is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth for Axe Housing. Are you tired of paying a landlord rent when you should be paying yourself? Do you want to leave a financial legacy, or would you like to have a stable place to call home? Well, it's time for you to start on the path to owning your own home instead of renting. You can work with an Axe Housing coach, and they will teach you how home ownership can be a reality. Axe Housing has helped over 4,000 families in our neighborhoods. Many times your mortgage will be a lot less than what you're paying for rent. As an average Axe family who has been helped pays around $900 per month. No matter what barriers you think you're facing, Axe Housing coaches can assist you right now. An Axe Housing coach will help you create and stick to a plan and a budget and get you ready for home ownership. If you're not dreaming of home ownership by now, you certainly should be. Let's make it a reality with Axe Housing. Get started on a virtual orientation by clicking on axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Don't let where you are financially right now get in the way of your very bright future of becoming a homeowner. Axe coaches are here to help.
Hey everybody, it's Sherwin Hughes, and I got to tell you about one of my absolute favorite places in the city, Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, located on the northwest side of Milwaukee at 8617 West Brown Deer Road. Mr. B's is your go-to destination for comfort food, an incredible drink menu, and live music that keeps the vibes going all night long. So whether you're winding down or if you want to turn up, Mr. B's has the flavor, the energy, and the atmosphere you've been looking for. Mr. B's Privileged Lounge, privileged to serve.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. Weezy. Back home don't smoke illegal. I got more slaps than the Beatles. Foreign running on diesel, dog. Playing with my name, this lethal, dog. Who you say what? Don Corleone. Trust me, at the top it isn't lonely. Everybody acting like they know me, dog. Don't just say it now, you gotta show me.
Truth Nation, you already know I'm going to talk about my friends at Cousin Subs. I've been waiting for this one. Wisconsin icons teaming up to rework a classic Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs and Using Hers are proud to introduce an all-new fried bologna sub featuring Using Hers, fried bologna, bacon, American cheese, onions, pickles, and mayo and mustard on a fresh baked Italian bread. And that's not all. Pair your fried bologna with a creamy cupcake shake topped with whipped cream and rainbow sprinkles. Now that's a better combination. You'll order both in store or order via app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this. We had a great conversation today about just understanding that the people may be in the dark when it comes to what's happening with these young girls, with these young children, with these people that are doing things to the youth. And we are asking for whatever evidence they have so we can take the right measures. And you can see it all across the board, whether it's the Epstein list, the Diddy trial, and the open border situation with all those kids that came into this country that nobody knows where they went. How many kids is that? That's a number where we'll never be able to add up, but it's hundreds of thousands affected. You would think that they would rather let us know that and who was involved in that, because that's true evil. That's true evil. And anybody that's trying to prevent it from coming out, I got to question how evil that may be. Understand what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation. So I don't get all hung up on the politics and nothing like that. I know when to say, okay, common sense got to kick in. Some of y'all gonna go to y'all grave fighting for stuff even if it's wrong. But this is what I do. I deal with this stuff. I didn't risk my life trying to help young girls get back home. And I can look at it at a broader standpoint. Everybody that was involved in dealing with these kids on this high level, it doesn't have a political affiliation. This is more of a demonic affiliation that don't have no political sides. This is wild because they may have information. Our taxpayers is funding a lot of these government agencies and things like that, but they could withhold ideas or playing games with the information. And these are the things we need to know so we can better our country, so we can better our future, so we can get more public safety ideas out here to prevent it from continuing to happen when it comes to these little kids. And it don't matter who your favorite elected official is. If they ain't saying nothing about it, they in on it. If they up higher up and they know, that they can give out information, but they gonna all keep their mouth closed, no matter what side of the fence they on. Because they know the game, they know the rules. They know it's at a certain point, you can't go above a certain point. You can't go against the people that's cutting the check. You can't go against the people that's really controlling, that's really pulling the strings. You can't go against that. Or they may fear for their own life. They may fear they may not be around. Hey, look, when we come back, we got guests, Truth Nation. We got a guest in studio with us tonight, coming up at 3 p.m. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Truth Nation, are you looking for a fun opportunity to showcase your clothing line, restaurant, nonprofit organization, food truck, or small business? Well, look no further than doing it at our Truth Family Fest on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Riverside University High School. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our festival, and you don't want to miss out on this great opportunity to promote your business and be part of all the fun. To be a vendor at Truth Family Fest, visit truthfamilyfest.com and sign up today.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be joined by Milwaukee College Prep CEO Al Keith and Chief of Schools Dr. Twyla Cleveland. We will discuss the success MCP is having with their students in the classroom and why you should consider enrolling your child at MCP today. So again, that is the Community Spotlight with Milwaukee College Prep this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity can help make it happen. With little to no down payment and average monthly mortgage payments of $950, you can build a brand new home you love without breaking the bank. And you won't do it alone. Habitat provides the coaching, education, and support to guide you every step of the way. Stop renting and invest in a new home you can truly call your own. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy, where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. The city of Milwaukee will provide an update today on its efforts to crack down on illegal dumping. In spring, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson announced the city would begin a pilot program deploying hidden cameras to catch offenders in the act. The Department of Neighborhood Services says 2 people have now been fined $25,000 for illegal dumping. The Common Council voted unanimously to approve a flat $5,000 fine in April. A federal judge's report deals a setback to the Milwaukee judge facing federal obstruction charges. U.S. Magistrate Judge Nancy Joseph is recommending against granting a motion to dismiss Judge Hannah Dugan's case. She writes that absolute immunity does not apply to criminal cases against judges, and neither does the Supreme Court ruling that President Donald Trump has immunity. Judge Dugan is accused of helping an undocumented migrant evade ICE agents at the Milwaukee courthouse. The judge for her trial, U.S. District Judge Lynn Adelman, will make a final decision on the motion to dismiss. A scheduling conference is set for Wednesday. Another Walgreens location is set to close, this time in southeast Wisconsin. The location near 76 and Mill in Milwaukee will close its pharmacy July 1st and the rest of the store July 28th. A Racine location near Memorial and State will close August 5th. The pharmacy inside the downtown Milwaukee location at the Avenue is also closing, but the front end of the store is staying open. Walgreens plans to close 1,200 stores across the country over the next 3 years. This has been your news update. The Tory Lowe Show continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Truth Nation, we got guests. We've been talking about politics today. We've been talking about certain situations that's kind of disturbing, but this is a more lighter situation where we're trying to get people ahead of the curve. The black Policy Initiative. We got Jamiro Kwan Kittler.
Yeah.
In the studio.
What's happening?
How you doing, Jamiro Kwan?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man.
Hey, look, Jamiro Kwan in studio today, and he's a part of the Black Policy Initiative.
Yeah.
And what is this Black Policy Initiative?
So we are a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization focused on civic engagement, political grassroots activism, and community education as it pertains to political policy and reforms. And our entire goal is to improve the quality of life for Black people here in Milwaukee and hopefully across the country through political engagement and education in our communities.
Right. And now what I'm hearing, or what I feel that this is about, is teaching people about the civic government duties of each elected official.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going as deep as letting them know what's going on, with the elected officials that they put in power. You know, we go and we vote for people, and then we leave it be. But in between that time, you got 2 or 4 years where our legislators are making laws and making decisions as it pertains to our life, and sometimes we hands off on it.
And I always tell people the local government is what you really should be understanding, because they know about the federal. That's all you hear, what's going on federally.
Yeah.
But locally, they can't name all 15 aldermen.
That's real.
They can't name the state representatives or the county executive board. They don't have a clue.
Yeah.
And these are the positions that affect your life on a day-to-day basis that's going to have a direct effect on you and your family.
Yeah, us not understanding what each part of government does and how it all works, it has a real negative impact on our community because it doesn't leave room for accountability. And so the people responsible for the hard time you having in the city, they not being approached properly by their constituent. They aren't being called and they aren't being visited to be held accountable properly, And so, unfortunately, there is huge gaps that exist because people are not engaged at all levels of government.
Now, I'll tell you this. Sometimes people, they'll see the mayor and they'll ask him a question that's actually they should be asking the county executive or a senator or a congressperson, or they don't know who specifically to ask and the duties that person can actually do many times. So I think that is the study of civic government is one of the worst as far as education-wise. They don't teach that.
No, not at all.
At least in the Black community.
Yeah, they and if they do, it's at a very high level where it's like citizenship class.
Right.
Where it's like this is how the country was built and this is how we pass a bill. But even then, it's at a federal level. You know what I mean? The bill song talks about all 3 branches of government at a federal level, not at a state level.
Right.
And at the state level, we have a whole lot of different branches and pillars in our government, all the way down to the local level.
And many times people don't know that they can reach out to an alder person that's designed to handle the issues in their district.
I'll never forget. I want to say it's Peter Bergelis, I want to say his name is. I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, but I went to a capital improvements meeting last year, and he was there speaking in favor of his district and construction projects that they had approved to fix the roads for years ago that kept getting moved further down the priority list. And he was there advocating in favor of his district and the people that were dealing with the messed up streets, trying to figure out how do we get
rid of the pothole.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
When we need, what are our aldermen doing on Fond du Lac and where we got the potholes in our community?
Man, the Milwaukee budgeting situation is a tricky one, man. It's in disarray, bro, and they gonna be operating out of the red for a while. And that's why you see a lot of this talk about, increasing the taxes. They're trying to bring more businesses and more revenue here because, man, they getting squeezed right now. And that's why you see Peter going.
But it's a lot of wasteful spending going on too. Like,
absolutely.
When you see millions and millions of dollars in misuse, I mean, why didn't they use that money correctly? I think that many times they'll complain about us being in the red, but you see a lot of wasteful ideas and misuse of funding as well.
Yeah, but we got to stop spending money to fix the problem altogether. It's actually a big thing, a big issue I have with the state budget is at all levels of government, we continue to spend money to fix problems, but that's called Band-Aid spending. Right, we're spending and putting ourselves in a deficit to fix a problem for right now. That's going to be an even bigger problem later because the problem isn't solved. And so for example, we gave a historic amount of money to the education system, more money for special education in public schools, $500 million. But just 2 years ago, the governor wrote in a 400-year tax increase to give a historical amount of money to public education.
Right.
So we're already on the hook. Right, in duplicative spending, we're on the hook for education spending over the next 400 years. Is already revenue increase that's guaranteed to go to public schools, but we just doubled down and gave more just for the sake of saying we gave a historical amount. But the schools are still bad. The testing is still bad, right? And so there's no metric point to say, well, we gave $500 million to the public school system, more than we did 2 years ago. Now the test scores are better, and now the grades are better. The graduation
there's no results.
It's not. We just keep throwing money, hoping
and everybody getting raises.
You know what I'm saying?
The money, the raises is going up.
Yeah,
but the education is going down.
And the politicians can continue to say for this next biannual budget, we gave a historical amount to schools. But there's no fix. Yeah, we threw $330 million at child care and to subsidize it and make it more affordable for the next 2 years. But that's not going to be the case after that. The child care is still going to be more expensive. They have to solve the problems.
Well, Eric Jones in the chat says, who do we talk to keep about keeping the property taxes down?
Man, you really want to? Yeah, that's a local thing for sure.
Right.
A lot of the property tax situation is definitely a Governor Evers problem moving forward with the 400-year tax increase. Man, people don't understand when you raise taxes at the state level, the schools are funded through the property tax levy. Right, and so when things like this happen, you're going to see property owners get taxed heavy every single year, increasingly. Right, I think over the next, I want to say 10 or 20 years, I think it's the next 20 years, is going to cost us $51 billion, our public schools, because of that 400-year tax increase, right? That's taxes going down to the property owners, right? Those property owners, if you rent, they're going to pass that down to the renters.
Right.
They're not going to pay the cost of that. But you also have to look locally, too. A lot of the spending, as you mentioned, that we've done here in the city of Milwaukee, the county of Milwaukee, has been bad. And it's been, I mean, the Brewers Arena, number one, right? We're essentially playing for a baseball stadium, and at the same time, we have homelessness. And we can't go back on it because it's a deal we made decades ago, unfortunately. But it's small decisions like that put us in the red long term, and we can't climb out of it unless they raise taxes or cut them.
Well, I'll say this. When you talk about putting money in the schools and things like that, our taxes, then they had the referendum. But then we find out that they can't even get the paperwork done. Okay, so that's messing up money that's supposed to be coming in. With the housing crisis that's going on, that money was misused. So millions of dollars was misused. Okay, well, not only do you got taxes going up, but you got misuse of funds. And then when you try to ask people where this money going, or the people that I feel when you got people that can't fill out the paperwork or they misusing funds, that's years of incompetency of how to manage the situation. So what I'm saying is on all levels, when we talk about getting things together, we got to make sure that we get people that are competent enough to understand where this money should be going, how it should be used, so it can actually give us the payback of our tax dollars in resource.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're giving the tax money for, to create the resource.
Exactly.
But we're not benefiting from it.
And a lot of, you'd be surprised how many people run for office and don't understand what they're signing up to do. People who run for office and, take it as an opportunity to have a seat rather than an opportunity. Come up. You know what I'm saying? And so that happens a lot. And on our end, we got to go to the school board meetings before we see the scam going on. Before we see possible embezzlement and misuse of funds. We need to be at the school board meetings every single time.
Especially if our children go.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
I mean, if your child is in a school system and you don't go up there regularly to keep up with everything that's going on, like, to me, that's the huge downfall of what happens when you allow people to just control the environment without the people actually participating and keeping an eye on things. Anything can happen.
Yeah, but I never forget. In 2020, 2021, where there was a huge shift in different school board areas because of the masking and the books in the school and stuff. And I would go to Brookfield and to these different school districts in the Waukesha area, and those parents would show up in large numbers. I mean, it's a line out the door because it was some provocative language in a book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, down to the content that the kids is reading, they want to show up and advocate for that, and so we got to make it important to be there on all fronts. It got to be important all the time, man. And when we allow ourselves to sacrifice all of our freedoms and our powers to our leaders, and we do it because we trust them.
Right.
Black people are very trusting. You know what I'm saying?
And to a fault.
Yeah, and so it's
to a fault where it's almost on the verge of insanity because if you keep doing the same thing, trusting the same thing over without getting a result, that's the definition of insanity.
And look, and there's nothing wrong with trusting them,
right?
But we have to trust ourselves more than them. And what I mean by that is after we elect them, then we gotta check in on them. Hey, you love that politician. You think that he just like you and he relates to us and he down with us and what we need. That's great. That's fine. Make sure he stick to that.
Right.
And that's where we get lost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nothing to pick up the phone and say, yo, I just read you support this and I don't support this. Why is this? And we don't do the basics of the civic duty. We won't even pick up the phone to call the person that we just gave a job to.
That sometimes they don't answer the phone when people do call.
You make a house visit. I show up to the office real quick and knock on the door, bro. And, all of these events I've been doing is, it's hard to get these guys on the phone. They schedulers want to play games.
Right.
They get back to you when they feel like it. I'm finna drive to the Capitol then, bro. I'm coming to City Hall. You at that event, I'm coming to say what's up, bro. I can't sit around on my hands and hope that you're doing what I'm asking you to do. It's my duty, bro. The Constitution, the Founding Fathers gave me the power to hold them accountable and to push their hands on these things, so I'm going to do it.
Well, look, we're going to run a break, and when we come back, we got the Black Power and Politics event coming up July 23rd.
Yeah?
We're going to talk about it when we get back, Truth Nation.
Big.
Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's me, your boy, Benjamin. Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I will be speaking with Lynn Ketterhagen from the Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan. We will discuss the exciting offerings at the resort, including their 30 Days of Summer Special, car show, and lake cruise dinners. Again, that is the Business Spotlight this Thursday with Lake Lawn at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For windows with the strongest resilience, you need the Pella Experience. The Pella Experience Center in Brookfield lets you see, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of windows and door options from 7 different Pella lines side by side. A friendly expert can go over Pella's endless possibilities for all price ranges, from colors to hardware to custom designs, ensuring you get the best possible look for your home. Pella truly believes that quality windows and doors don't have to be expensive. With a range of affordable options and products assembled in the U.S., you get the look you want at a price you can afford. Stop by soon, because if you order by July 31st, you can get 0% interest for up to 5 years. Certain restrictions apply. Visit the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. It's off Blue Mound Road, kitty corner to Cops, or schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best.
For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
Ready to join the fun? With Girl Scouts Extended Year membership from Girl Scouts,
you can sign up by June 30th and get up to 18 months of adventure through September 30th, 2026.
Girls starting kindergarten or first grade in 2025 will also receive 3 Get Ready with Girl Scouts activity books.
Featuring games, crafts, and stories the whole family will love, for free. Plus, you'll even get a special gift from the Girl Scouts. Join today and get ready to grow, explore, and shine with Girl Scouts.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Way more than a celebrity. White supremacy. I'm out for dead presidents that represent me. Dead for presidents that represent me. I'm out for dead presidents that represent me. Cause I never knew a live one that represent me. Well, dead presidents
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. In studio with Jamero Quan Kittler. Hey, he got an event coming up.
Yes, sir.
Jamero Quan, you got it. You've been in this political civic idea for how long?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah.
And now you have this event. What's going on?
So it's our Black Power in Politics event. It's titled All About the Benjamins. You know, I subtitle all of my events after rap songs. You know, and this is a continuation of our last Black Power in Politics we did, which was called For the Love of Money, which was a conversation about the process of the state budget. So this was before the hearings and before the governor, you know, the governor actually just produced or published his version of the budget that night of the event. So I was able to get everyone a copy of it so they can look through it, and I showed people how to advocate for it. This is a follow-up now that we have a produced piece of legislation to have a conversation about what this budget means, the path we took to pass it, and how it's going to impact Black people in the state moving forward. And so we got Senator Dora Drake, Representative Kaylin Hayward. We got Senator Julian Bradley and Representative Dan Knodel coming to the panel, not only to discuss the state budget, the good, the bad, the ugly, but to also do a Q&A with the people and, you know, answer questions.
And this is a mixture of Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, all of our rooms are, and all of our conversations are going to be, even if you might see an event where it's one Republican or it's a group of Democrats, right? My goal isn't to lean left or right. It's to advocate in favor of policy that benefit Black people. Right. So not just one group of people, right? And when people always say, well, why is it just Black people? Because ain't nobody else advocating for our favor. We always got to get grouped up. You know, we was just talking about this with everybody else. And so it's advocating for things that work for everybody, including us too.
Well, the thing is, everything Blacks have ever done benefited everybody else.
Exactly.
I'm talking about since we've been in existence.
Bro.
When we start singling things down to what we need, we get a lot of resistance.
Yeah.
Like, I know somebody that used to say, I can't even get a speed bump outside my house. I got to fight tooth and nail to get it. But we're on TV with the cape and the hole in it, fighting for issues for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but I told people, put that cape with the hole on it and come back to the block.
Mm-hmm. And that's why having both sides of the field at the table is so important, because they both have different perspectives. You know, and they both gonna tell you why, you know, the other side did something wrong and why they did something right. It's for us to be able to interpret what that means for us and our family.
Right.
I don't want to give you one side of the story. Now, I could tell you how we feel as an organization.
Right.
And you can take that, put it in your back pocket, do what you will with it. but I want to provide you as much information as possible to empower you to go and do the research. And you hear something that you don't like during that event, at the end during the Q&A, raise your hand and ask a question about it and get clarity about it.
And where's this event going to be held?
6802 West Villard Avenue, 68th and Villard, Collier Creations Barbershop, man, the greatest barber to ever live, man. I know you probably see me. I'm super crispy, man. That's Will Collier, man.
I see the edges.
You know what I'm saying?
I see you got you around the edges.
Yeah, the man is a genius. If you got to find a square.
I don't see a lot of spray paint around the edges. I see it crisp.
It's all natural, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the best barbershop in the world, man. I've been doing these events at Will's shop for 5-6 years, man, and he's been nothing but good to everything that we want to do. He's offered his space. And
how many people can fit in there?
Man, we could probably jam pack 70, 80 people in there.
Okay.
Sure. You know, he do comedy shows there. You know, he do nice couple nights. You know, they
a nice warm setting to just talk politics.
And it's on the other side of the barbershop in a space where we had these types of conversations all the time. It's supposed to be low resistance and relaxing.
I'll say this: we got to get back to discussing what's best for our community.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that many times we put all our eggs in one basket. And then when that basket, don't produce, we lose.
Yeah.
And then when we win, sometimes we don't get anything. We've seen that in our lifetime.
Absolutely.
But I think that now we have to start doing what everybody else is doing. They got a little bit of somebody over here and a little bit of somebody over there. And so they're talking, trying to see the whole picture.
Mm-hmm.
And many times I think that we're fearmonger to get the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
Instead of going over there and hearing what's happening on all the sides and making a well-rounded decision on what you want to do.
Just having a balanced conversation. Like, they don't know how we feel about everything. No political party does. And so when I go and talk to Democrats about, tax reform and universal school choice, I talk to them from a perspective of a black man who went through NPS and understands the gaps that public school systems face. And I also use the voucher too, to go to a choice school that I saw the benefits of in that transformation. So when I go talk to Democrats about justice reform, I talk to them about, lowering recidivism, lowering the cost of prisons, right? You getting all of the fees back that the state is owed from people who are on probation or on papers, and they owe some of that restitution, right? Trying to find ways through policy to bring some of that back where it's good economically, where you got more people working. So I message everything for everybody, and a lot of the times, if you lean on one side, you'll find things won't get done because that one side doesn't want it to get done.
Right, and if that side loses power, like in Wisconsin, Republicans own a lot of the power in the political realm here. And so some things just ain't going to get done because that ain't even on the agenda.
Yeah.
So that's why when they come around, I'll be like, okay, what can we do?
Yeah, and I'll say I don't even believe in that. I mean, there's bad extremes.
Right.
Like, they probably not gonna legalize sex work or nothing like that. Right. You might not get legal marijuana. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you definitely could get some good justice reform, bro.
Right. I was on the Voss's justice reform committee.
And they make the effort. They want to get something done, but a lot of the times it's always a hang up on the most extreme parts of those bills. And one side might want it one way, the other side might want it one way. The Republicans might want to make it so hard for you to obtain that second chance that you never actually obtain it. The Democrats might want to make it so easy for you to obtain it that the wrong people obtain it.
Right.
Where's the middle ground? And we never get there because we're too busy trying to pick a left or a right.
Right. I like the way you think, because the thing is, we have to make sure that we're playing the game to get some of the things that we need. Mm-hmm. And many times we lose out on getting what we need because we fall into agendas that hopefully we're included in.
Yeah. And it's also trying to make sure or hoping that whatever we did fall into actually has an outcome that benefits us too. Because I'm pretty sure no one looked at COVID spending, for example, as harmful to us. But in reality, you cannot print trillions of dollars and there not be any blowback. You know, someone's going to pay for that inflation in the market. And that was the conversation that we were trying to have on the ground, but people wouldn't listen.
I'm still trying to figure out where the CARES Act money went.
Yeah, no, it's to a lot of people.
Hold on, you've been around. I'm just saying, when you was around for 10 years looking at it, where did the CARES Act money go?
Brother, in all of those spending bills.
What did they use it for?
They bailed out government agencies. They bailed out different institutions. They gave money in areas they thought was necessary, and they gave us a small percentage of our own money, bro. You can't spend trillions of dollars and give me $600, Tory.
Man.
You telling me you can't give me $3,000? You telling me you can't do something about the 40 acres and a mule that some of these people's families is owed? You could have gave some people some land that costs almost nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have did a lot with that money, bro. And we cut small checks to the people who gave them that money. And we gave a whole lot of money to special interest in bailing out government agencies who were suffering because of the bad decisions government was making in COVID.
Hey, well, look, talk about just this event and how could people get involved?
Yeah, man, July 23rd, the Black Power in Politics. You know, we in the barbershop. 6 o'clock, doors open at 5:30, man. I got 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats to come and talk about the state budget, what it means for Black Wisconsin and our communities, how it's going to affect us, man. Come and make your voice heard. You probably in this chat, you ask questions to Tory. You probably asking questions to your neighbors. What should I do? Man, come hear from the horse's mouth. Julian Bradley is on the Joint Finance Committee, bro. A lot of these people submitted policy for the budget. They're the ones who voted yes or no to push this thing through. And now you can hear directly from them the decisions they made and the things that they advocated for. And if you want to ask them questions or get clarity about it, man, it's the in the moment you get the opportunity to do so. So come out. I got free food, free drinks. It's a good time. Bring your family, man. We're gonna be listening to some good soul music before we start. It's a good space for Black people. Yeah, it's a good place for Black people.
A way to get engaged in civics and understanding what's going on right now.
Yeah, and to connect with community in a way where now we all in this room. So now you might meet Gene, and you and Gene might talk a little bit after the event, and y'all might see something on the news, and y'all calling each other now about it. Like, see, this is what we learned at that event. You know what I'm saying? Now we building community around political issues as it pertains to us, and we advocating for ourselves instead of leaving other people to do it.
That's powerful. Jamiro Quan Kittler in studio. He's pushing the Black Policy Initiative. This event will be going down July 23rd at Collier Creations Barbershop.
Yeah.
And this is happening at 6 p.m., 6802 West Villard Avenue.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come out. Have a good time with us.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping through.
And thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Thank y'all for listening.
We're going to have to check back in to see what else you got going on.
Yeah, I'm finna bring Ron Johnson to the mill, bro.
That's what's up.
To talk about the big, beautiful bill. Yeah, we cooking, man. I'm gonna have a date for that soon, too, man. We cooking, bro.
Tell Ron Johnson I said, hey.
No, come tell him yourself, man. Come on.
He might be on the show before he do that. He try to stop in. He stop in every now and then.
Come on, man. Let's keep talking. Let's keep building relationships and bridging it, man.
All right. Well, look, I appreciate you for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Truth Nation. When we come back, we'll be joined on the lines by advocate Arthur Elizabeth Brown. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Why did Old National Bank decide to create this program?
It was something that was near and dear to the heart of our chairman and CEO, Jim Bryant. Jim wanted us to do more in the African-American communities, more with minority-owned businesses. So he approached Roland Shelton, who was my boss in Evansville, Indiana, and said, Roland, we need to do more. We need to create a program that's going to allow individuals, minority-owned businesses, women-owned businesses to access capital a lot better than traditionally we've been doing. And so we created the Empowerment Loan Program 2 years ago.
And for those that are now leaning more into this conversation, what's the best way to get in contact with you as part of their interest in the Empowerment Loan Program?
I'm going to give you my cell phone number to the listeners, 414-687-7393. And if that doesn't work, feel free to reach me at my email, tracy.meeks@oldnational.com.
Tracy Meeks, Senior Vice President, Community Lending Market Executive from Old National Bank.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
As I reflect on my journey, I'm reminded of God's blessings and guidance. I've been fortunate enough to accomplish some remarkable feats, including walking 750 miles from Milwaukee to Washington, D.C. in honor of the Civil Rights Movement. I also walked against violence from Milwaukee to Chicago and back for 7 consecutive years. My feet are still recovering, but my spirit remains strong. I've been privileged to advocate for victims of police brutality, search for missing persons, and participate in numerous protests. Last year, I was honored to visit the White House with my colleagues from 1017 The Truth to discuss pressing issues in the Black community with the Biden administration. Throughout my broadcasting career, I've received several First Place Wisconsin Broadcast Association awards for the Tory Lowe Show. I've also had the opportunity to be part of ESPN 94.5's Packer pregame show at Lambeau Field. As I look back, I am grateful for the incredible journey. Salute to my brothers and sisters on the front lines. And thank you for your tireless efforts and dedication. We're in this together, and I could not have done anything without the love and support of my community. I want to remind you to keep pushing forward, stay vigilant, keep your head on a swivel, green don't always mean go, and look both ways before you cross the street. And always look out for one another. In 2025, we still got a lot of work to do. God bless you, and I love you.
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. The National Coalition of Black Meeting Professionals, or NCBMP, is a nonprofit focused on making life easier for Black business travelers. Jason Dunn is executive director of the NCBMP, and in a conversation on Bloomberg, he talked about how the work his group is doing extends beyond just business conferences.
It's not just conventions and meetings, but also sports. In fact, one of our members have the largest kickball tournament in the country.
Whether it's a big corporate meeting or a kickball tournament, Dunn says the bottom line for NCBMP is that the host site is welcoming to diverse travelers. And in the coming year, his sights are set beyond the U.S.
We know that Asia and Africa specifically are destinations for our members who want to create that international flair.
As more Black professionals enter leadership ranks, making sure business travel is safe becomes more and more important. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Brandon Snide. The Milwaukee Brewers dominating the LA Dodgers on Monday night in Game 1 of their 3-game series by a final score of 9-1. Newcomer Andrew Vaughn, after being called up from the Brewers from Nashville, made quite the impact in his first at-bat.
And the 2-2. Fly ball, deep left. It is up and it is gone. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Andrew Vaughn.
With the win, the Brewers improving to 51-40. Game 2 set for this evening. Jacob Mizorowski versus Clayton Kershaw. First pitch is set for 6:40. And lastly, over to the NBA, where the Milwaukee Bucks make a handful of official signings. Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr., the trade for Pat Connaughton also official. And the Bucks signing Ryan Rollins to a 3-year, $12 million deal. That is according to ESPN Shams Charania. The Sports Update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
More of The Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Spinning my spinning my
Look, okay, look, crazy thing about it. I was in the can and I was still making deposits. And I kept it silent. Red bone, trying to suck me like a lolly.
Truth Nation, violence is a problem that affects us all, but together we can make a difference. The award-winning 1017 The Truth wants to ignite positive change and bring awareness to the senseless violence occurring in our community. This is why we'll be hosting the 3rd annual Truth Walk Against Violence, Saturday, July 12th at Victory Over Violence Park down MLK Drive, right to our studios at the 3rd Street Market Hall. Over the next month, I've been speaking with politicians and community leaders about how we can better provide resources to stop the violence, the rise of violence. If you want to join the fight to stop the violence, go to truthwalkagainstviolence.com. That's truthwalkagainstviolence.com. Sign up for the walk, supported by 1MKE. Saturday, July 12th, starts at 9 a.m. to noon. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful now. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see everybody outside July 12th for the big Truth Walk Against Violence. It's going to be a lot. We got a lot of people that registered. Make sure you register because our food provider, Cousin Subs, they'll go according to the registration on how they provide the food. So make sure that you and your family are registered online. Go to Truth Walk Against Violence to make sure that you are registered. Also, it's a lot we had to talk about on the show today. I'm waiting for Elizabeth Brown. Hopefully we can get Elizabeth on the lines. I don't know if we're having technical difficulties or not yet, but we're going to try to keep it moving. But there was a situation where a police officer in Sherwood, they say was shot. You know, we have these things where we have the Milwaukee police officers were ambushed and over there on 25th and Garfield. And now I'm seeing that new video captures the moment a Sherwood police officer was shot while responding to a report. Hey, and you know, Sherwood ain't too far away. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got TMJ4 video on this. Let's listen.
A video shows the moment an officer was shot last Thursday. We do want to warn you, some viewers may find this video quite disturbing.
Shots fired! Shots fired! I'm hit!
So the incident happened just minutes before 3 a.m. last Thursday while the officer was responding to reports of shots fired near Bartlett and Kenmore. The officer kept driving, called for medical assistance, and was eventually helped by other officers.
Yo, dude, I'm hit. I think my vest took it, dude. It's right here.
So that officer was taken to the hospital as a precaution and was released shortly after. Police say a 34-year-old woman was found dead at the home at Bartlett Avenue and Wood Place. Investigators say the suspect who shot the officer also shot another person. Milwaukee police shot and killed that suspect following a pursuit and a shootout. And the family of the 34-year-old who was killed has been identified as Victoria Truss. Victoria was a mother to a 14-year-old son and worked as a security guard at the Metro Market in Shorewood. Her mother says she is devastated by the loss of her child.
I give my life for my daughter's life, just so she could be here with her son. I've been in the world 53 years. I've been here long enough. I just wish I could trade places with my daughter.
So the family says they are asking for prayers during this difficult time. A reminder to you that the funeral for
prayers and condolences to this family. Victoria Thrust was identified as the victim. My condolences go out to the family. And like I said, these are times where these stories of police officers getting shot this sounds to me domestic, and many times when you got people losing their lives due to people having these emotional impulses and whatever the situation is, I'm gonna tell you right now, we got to be more vigilant and fighting against it. And if y'all can get out to the walk against violence, or if y'all can come and participate in any event that's where brothers and sisters are gathering, and not only gathering, but trying to figure out ways to combat what we're seeing, this is what we got to be doing right now. We got to be active. We got to be about that action. And I'll say this, many times we can prevent some of these situations by seeing red flags, different behaviors around our loved one and friends, and trying to encourage them, or trying to say, hey, look, we ain't known that. This ain't what we trying to study this year. And a lot of times people, they support this mess indirectly, but for allowing people to, say certain things around them, key words, like I'm about to snap, I'm about to crash out, I'm about to do this and that. No, you supposed to immediately interject right there, because they right there with you saying, many times it'll come out their mouth before it's showing the action. So if you hear people even talking about doing X, Y, and Z, that okay, don't overlook that. Don't overlook it. When I get people around me talking about they finna crash out, they finna go do this thing, that, I'm be like, hey, look, wait a minute. You ain't got to do that. I'm going to try to intervene ahead of time to try to slow it down, or maybe even calm them down to the point where they just may go off and go to sleep. Get them something to eat. My favorite trick is, okay, come on, let's go get something to eat. Let's go eat something, because once a person full, they ain't going to act. Sometimes my grandma said, once you feed somebody, it's hard for them to act a fool because they full. You know what I mean? And having a good conversation and talking to them and letting them know that, hey, it's different things that we can do. We don't have to do that. We as people got to start interjecting into the lives of our friends and family members. And y'all know the hothead, y'all call them hotheads. Oh, he hot, his head hot. Y'all encourage it. Y'all like it, Y'all encouraging this type of behavior. We got to see this and be like, hey, that ain't cool like that. We trying to practice public safety. We got to start talking and communicating to our loved ones. Some of y'all go out with the crash out. Y'all know this person to crash out. Y'all went out with him. Y'all knew before y'all went up to Summerfest that this person didn't have it all. He was, not on the right vibration. That's all I'm saying. And we got to start identifying this and getting ahead of it. That's it. It's simple. Some of these people, we were 4 or 5 folks riding around. And everybody act like it. And then if something real bad happened, y'all act like y'all don't know. I didn't even know this was going to happen. Like y'all didn't know the person had a weapon. Y'all didn't know the person's attitude, the spirit. Sometimes you could feel the spirit on somebody. Hey, you might need to stay in the house. But many times, a lot of people, they be with the toxic. They live in a toxic life. They in survival mode. They ready to crash out. It's who crashing out first. Some of y'all in crews that y'all don't know who gonna crash out first. All y'all running around with negative, low vibration energy on y'all. It's time to regroup, rethink, and reshape. That's the only way we going to battle a lot of this. The police only come to the reaction. But sometimes you right there before it happened. So we got to kind of work a well-rounded approach. Let's just understand that we can stop a lot of things before it happened too. Hey, look, when we come back, I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts on the show today, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Start jamming in the morning and get your daily drop of juice.
Juice gets you hydrated and started for your day. And that's what we plan to do from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Every single morning, we're going to be keeping you in the mix, talking about everything you care about all before 9 a.m.
So wipe that crust out your eyes and get ready for jamming with juice.
Turning your mornings into your favorite part of the day.
Get that stank breath out of here. Brush your teeth.
It's it, bro. You like, what? Catch Jammin' with Juice
from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Milwaukee.
Are you or anyone you know looking for a new job opportunity? Attend the City of Milwaukee Job Fair on Thursday, July 10th from noon to 3 p.m. at 2 locations. Visit us at Northcott Neighborhood House, located at 2460 North 6th Street, and at Garden Homes Park, located at 2600 West Atkinson Avenue. Vendors from multiple employment sectors will be present to meet with you and share opportunities for hiring, training, upskilling, and more. We will also feature a live DJ, food and refreshments while supplies last, and the chance to make your next career move. Your success matters, and we are here for it. Brought to you by council members Andrea Pratt and Malele A. Coggs. Sponsored by City of Milwaukee, Milwaukee Common Council, City of Milwaukee Department of Administration, Office of Community Wellness and Safety, Northcott Neighborhood House, Fathers Making Progress, Northwest Side Community Development Corporation, State of Wisconsin DWD, Ross Innovative Employment Solutions, Goodwill Industries of Southeast Wisconsin, UMOS, DCMKE, 30th Street Corridor, Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, Milwaukee County Parks, Maximus, and Amplifier.
Hey everybody, it's Melanie Ricks. You all know I love supporting a local team. That's why I'm excited to tell you about UW Credit Union. They've been serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. And when I was in school, they helped me learn how to plan for my future and make my money grow. Even now, they're still always there for me when I have questions, and they'll be there for you too. So stop by any of their 13 Milwaukee area branches or visit uwcu.org to become a UW Credit Union member today, like me. Federally insured by NCUA.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course or unwind at the award-winning Calidora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen. Explore stunning shores and historic landmarks and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
It's the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune in to the award-winning 1017 The Truth Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and The Truth. In the afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, we'll be speaking with Lynn Kitterhanger from the Lakeland Resort in Delavan. They will discuss the exciting offerings at the resort, including a 30 days of summer special, car show, and lake cruise dinners. Again, that's the Business Spotlight this Thursday with Lake Lawn at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Hey, I need to go up there and get some rest. Take a little break. Hey, salute to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan. I might have to ride up there and check it out. Once again, make sure y'all tune in Thursday at 3:57 p.m. Hey, it was a powerful show today. We talked about the Epstein list. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. Do I believe, this is me, do I believe that it ain't no list? Okay. Do I think that they trying to, scramble something and try to get rid of? Hey, I'm leaning more toward they know who was doing what and they just not going to tell it. I don't know. Unless somebody come and take me in the back room and let me look through the files myself and see that it ain't nothing in there, I'm going to believe it's one. I'm going to believe it because they talked about this list for years. And they they dangled this list like a carrot over the public. And I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans. I'm talking about Joe Biden administration had it. Trump administration had it. So I'm not doubling down on nobody, but Trump administration is the one that said it wasn't a list. Pam Bundy. So they played with us. And when it comes to the people, I don't give passes to people that harm innocent life. Like, if I can do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. We was all waiting to see what the information was. Why? Because we was going to do something about it. We was going to see who was on this list, and America was going to do something about it. It didn't matter what political allegiance the person had. We wanted to know who was messing around with these kids. And if the government and if people are being protected like this, it's going to make everybody raise eyebrows. It's going to make people raise eyebrows. Just like the hundreds of thousands of kids that came over from the border, and they had all these subcommittee meetings, and they was trying to find out. Nobody knew where the kids went, but they came and rode on government buses off to other places and distributed in the United States, but nobody knew where the kids went. Hundreds of thousands of these kids from the open border. The Diddy list. They said he had racketeering charges. It was a criminal organization. But what we was presented was kangaroo court. Wasn't no real powerful names being mentioned. Okay. All I'm saying is, this is why the people have to rise up. This is why we got to stop putting the power in other people's hands and take the power and control in our hands. Stop asking what somebody else finna do and let them know what you finna do. Take that cake with the hole in it, sew it up, and get on the block. Sew that hole up. Because you know why I got a hole in it? Because you fighting for causes that don't benefit you and you get nothing in return. So you got the hole in the cake. This is eye-opening to me. It's always been something that I always knew that it was WWE. A lot of this was WWE. But when it's kids being affected and we can't get no real answers, then we got to make sure that we keep our head on the real swivel and protect our families by all costs, by any means necessary. All right, Truth Nation, thank y'all for joining me for another powerful conversation. All right, DJ Brother Z.
All right, turn it off for waterfall. Green don't always mean go. Let's get it.
All right, Truth Nation, thank you for everybody that joined the chat. We got, what did it say? Did the government lie about having or not having the Epstein list? They have one. They hide it at 97%. No, they don't have anything at 2%. You can't fool the people when they got their eyes open. Keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross these streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
That's how that shit tell me, man. That's how my daddy raised me. That glittering may not be gold, don't let nobody play me. If you are my homeboy, you never have to pay me. Go and put your hands up. In times it's hard, you